Good evening and welcome to race number 4 right here at Cherry Blossom 154 Mobility Resort Motegi. My name is Takato Timmerman and it is a pleasure to have you here tonight with me. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. As we get started here, as they are in practice right now, let's take a look at a little bit of racetrack information for tonight's track. Twin Ring of Motegi. Also, the proper name is Mobility Resort Motegi, but a lot of people know it by Twin Ring Motegi. It is located in Tochigi, Japan. It was opened in 1997 and has a length of 1.54 miles with 4 turns, as you can see there on the image. Some notable things about this race course. It held Indy Racing events from 1998 to 2011. Let's take a look at our schedule real quickly as we get started here tonight. So tonight we are here at Twin Ring, and then next week we'll be at Michigan International Speedway with 125 laps, and then we'll take about a 2-week break, get our Labor Day and Week 13 out of the way, and we'll be in Phoenix, and then Long Beach right after that, and straight into Nashville. And then it looks like another break there between Nashville and Kansas before we finish off the season in Indianapolis. Let's take a look at our current standings as they finish up, not qualifying, but the practice lap here. Got about another minute and a half, so let's go ahead hop in there. Season 4 standings after 3 races. We can see Ian Miller has taken the lead with 127 points. Lucas Puntarelli has taken second place with 111 points, and Derek Booker with 104 points. Bill Colley the second with 101. Erik Richardson with 84 in 5th place. We have a tie for 6th place between Brian McKinney and DJ Fluck with 82 points. Dale Mickelson sitting in 8th place with 78 points. Gabe Rogers with 76 points in 9th place. Eric Mattingly in 10th place with 69 points. In 11th place, we have Drake Carty with 35 points. In 12th, we have Jax Milan with 27 points. And in 13th place, we have Austin Johnson with 20 points. Looks like we got a pretty close race in the season standings between 3rd place and 4th place. And then obviously with 5th place and 6th place, sitting 2 points behind with 3 drivers there. And right behind them is the 8th and 9th place drivers of Mickelson and Rogers, sitting about 2 points apart from each other. And other than that, looks like everyone's pretty comfortable in their positions. It'll be interesting to see how tonight's race affects a lot of these drivers here tonight, with Twin Ring Motegi being a very interesting course and a very tough course to navigate according to a lot of the drivers. This race is presented by Rogue Energy. Rogue Energy focuses on 4 product lines: Hydration, Energy, Shake, and Extreme, the pre-workout line. They are a gaming company at heart and offer high-quality products as an alternative to traditional sugary energy drinks. Check out the product line and don't forget to use our promo code FRRacingOnline. Save 10% using our promo code. Also, let's give a quick shout out to our Wednesday Night Dash crew. They are currently on Season 10, and they will be racing tomorrow at Darlington Raceway. And there's the schedule for the Wednesday Night Dash Xfinity Series, which is the series they are running this season. And this will be race number 2. They will be at Darlington Raceway, and the race is called Darlington Stripe 95. Green flag will be waved at 10:17 p.m. Eastern Time, and should be live a little bit before that, so please join right here on Stadium Scene TV. And another shout out to our GT Sprint series. Did you know we host a monthly free GT style race on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Time? If you want to work on your GT racing or prep for an iRacing official event, join the FR Racing Discord via the link in the video description and let them know you're here for the GT race. These 45 and 90-minute sprint events broadcast... Oh, wow. Okay, let me restart that sentence. These 45 and 90-minute sprint event broadcasts are broadcasted right here on Stadium Scene TV by yours truly and DJ Fluck. Our next one looks like it will be on August 31st, and it will be a 90-minute race at Indy. So if you're interested in joining and getting a little bit of a warm-up in for the race, please join us. We'd love to have you. And as we are wrapping up qualifying for about another 3 minutes, let's take a look at some things to look out for tonight's race. So Cherry Blossom 154, what to watch out for? Got 100 laps with a fuel window between laps 46 and 47, and looking at about 2 stops for most, if not many, of the drivers. Some cautions will be out tonight, probably, based off of how chaotic this course is, based off of some of the drivers chatting in the chat before the race and saying that it is a pretty wild course out there. There will be lucky dogs for drivers that are a lap behind, and there is a quick repair, one fast repair for all the drivers. So if there's a big wreck, everyone will be able to use their fast repair and get right back out into the race. And there is one green flag, one white flag, and one checkered flag. This is our first time here, so there is no previous winner. So tonight will be our inaugural race winner to any of the drivers that are here tonight. Some notes that I do have, we may see a single groove racing, so not too much passing. It is 1.5 miles long, and it is turns 1 and 2 after the front stretch. You can go pretty much full throttle into, but turns 3 and 4, we will see some braking. So it'll be interesting to see how the drivers take turns 3 and 4 tonight. And it'll also be interesting to see how cars will handle dirty air. So we will probably be doing a little bit, some blimp views tonight to be able to see how well some of these drivers are able to navigate through some of the dirty air. We do know that some will probably try to do the one-stop race, so they will try to save on fuel and tires. I know someone told me that they were able to do about 47, 48 laps without having any slipstream. So with other drivers, it will be interesting to see how much that affects the fuel length that they can stretch it out to and the tire wear. A fuel window can be expanded by 3 to 4 laps. So we're looking at about like 49 to 50, 51, potentially 52 if you're pushing it. But it'll be interesting to see how some of these drivers navigate the cautions and changes their race strategy. On that note, it looks like qualifying has wrapped up. So let's take a look at the grid once it shows up for me. In first place, looks like we have Eric Mattingly leading us off tonight. Second place, we have Ian Miller. Third, we have Mark Fish. Fourth, we have Lucas Puntarelli. Fifth, we got Derek Booker. Sixth, we got DJ Fluck. Seventh, we have Erik Richardson. Eighth, Greg Hammond. Ninth, Brian McKinney. And in 10th, we have Bill Cawley II. It looks like there they are, gridding up and getting ready for the race here tonight. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us here tonight at Stadium Scene TV. This is Indy Racing World Series at Twin Ring Motegi. Looks like not all the drivers are on the course yet. Looks like we're waiting for one more driver, and then they will be off. We have 100 laps of action here tonight. So thank you for joining us, and we hope that you enjoy the race tonight. And there goes the pace car. as we see Eric Mattingly lead the way and the 40 in the nice Lego livery there. And we see Miller following behind him on the right side. As we'll get our ticker out here. As there is our starting grid. I think tonight will be a very exciting race. Let's see if it lives up to that hype. No announcers jinx, please. As they go into turn 3 here, as they exit the backstretch and enter into turn 4. As soon as they enter the front stretch, they will be off. Let's see if the pace car goes in. And there goes the pace car. And green lap, and we are a go. I'm not sure why I'm not hearing any audio though. Let me see here what is going on. Ooh, that's not the right one. Sorry about that. Why? Got a good race. Miller has taken the lead. And I'm still trying to mess around with the audio, trying to figure out what's going on. My apologies. I've been having some issues. And we'll be right back. Sorry, I'm gonna pause the broadcast real quickly. And we're back. Thank you very much for your patience. I do really appreciate it. And I apologize for the technical difficulties. We are on lap 5. We haven't missed too much action. As of right now, in the lead, we have... looks like Derek Booker. No, Ian Miller is in the lead. With Eric Mattingly in second, Derek Booker in third, Richardson in fourth, Puntarelli in fifth, Fish in 6th, DJ Fluck in 7th, McKinney in 8th, Hammond in 9th, and Colley the 2nd in 10th, as Colley the 2nd and Hammond have a good race between the two of them. Again, my apologies about the technical difficulties. Had a little bit of an issue with iRacing and not having any audio, which was a little weird. We had audio before the race, before the broadcast, and for some weird reason it did cut out, but we're happy to have you back. Let's go ahead and switch it up, and let's go hop on board with Richardson and Booker, as they just swap positions. And Booker, what a drift. Oh no, he couldn't save it. And hard into the wall. A caution will be out for this one. And looks like he will probably need to get a fast repair in. So we are out with a caution on lap 8. Let's take a small look at the replay. It did look like Booker did save it there, but it looks like he was unable to do so. Let's go into chase view. Oh no. There we go. Looks like he's running on the outside. Gets caught in the dirty air of Richardson. Oh, he got into the apron. And looks like he was able to save it a little bit there and then was unable to catch himself there. Luckily, no one else was involved in the wreck. So we'll probably see Booker go into the pits and get a quick repair in and hopefully rejoin the race. As we go back to the lead car of Ian Miller. As we are under caution on lap 8. I'm hoping we don't have anything like what we had last week, where we were at, I forgot where we were at actually. I don't have it on my paper here, which slight oopsies. Let's take a look here. We were at Pocono, where we had 60 laps, and we had about 6 incidents from laps 6, 9, 13, 28, 38, 47, and lap 60, with an amazing finish, I would say. Very chaotic, where we had an interesting race. Tonight, hopefully we won't have the same amount of incidents and cautions out, but we will see. Looks like not a lot of, no one's pitted other than Derek Booker. Actually, I take that back. DJ Fluck has also gone into the pits, so he will be running on fresh tires and fuel, so it'll be interesting to see how the race affects him and what his plans for his strategy tonight is. I know, as I said earlier at the beginning of the race, or before the race, the cautions will change how the strategy goes for many of these drivers here tonight. So it'll be interesting to see how that will affect some of the drivers and their strategies here tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look at the whole grid here. So we got Miller leading us off once the caution's up. Mattingly in second. Richardson in third, where the incident happened right behind him. Puntarelli in fourth. Fish in fifth. McKinney in sixth. DJ Fluck in seventh. Booker in eighth. Greg Hammond in ninth. And Colley the second in 10th. Colley the second is currently a lap down as he goes into the pits, and we'll be getting this looks like fresh tires and fuel as well. It'll be interesting to see how the race unfolds tonight, especially with how Pocono turned out last week. You just can never tell who is going to take the checkered flag and in what order that will happen at. And tonight we do have, I do believe we do have a guest racer. But don't remember who our guest racer is from JM Motorsports tonight, and if we do have him, if we do have one tonight. Anyhow, I believe this will be the final lap with the pace car, and we'll see the pace car go into the pits here, and there he goes. As Miller takes it wide inside or on the outside to turn into the front stretch, and the green flag is waving as the race restarts. So you're watching Miller there in the lead. Let's keep an eye out with Richardson here. Oh, looks like he made a little bit of contact with Puntarelli. Oh, I believe that is Matting. No, that's not Mattingly. Who is that? It looks like he's missing part of his front wing potentially. Oh no, no. It looks like the caution will be out again. Colley the second. Oh, no caution. We are green. We are still green flag racing. As the 13 car will try to limp it back. Let's take a look and see what happened here. Uh-oh. So it looks like he took it a little too high on the outside of the lane. And Colley the second trying to avoid another driver. Fortunately, wrecks into Richardson and causes the incident. Let's go back live. Let's see. It looks like everyone else has continued to race under green flag conditions, and Miller is running away with the lead with a 2-second gap. Let's hop on board with Fish. I believe it was Fish and Richardson that made light contact at, before Richardson unfortunately ran into Colley the second. I see a pretty good race between second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. They are all about 2 seconds of each other. So that'll be a good race to keep an eye out for tonight. Already a little bit of chaos here with an incident on around lap 16, but did not cause a caution flag to come out, which I'm a little surprised about. But we have green flag racing here. So far, 6 laps of it, and we will take what we can get. Again, happy to have you here tonight on Stadium Scene TV as we are racing here at Mobility Resort Motegi. As we are currently following Mark Fish in the number 42 car. As we see Fish is getting chased down here by Puntarelli, about 9/10 of a second behind. And Fish is currently behind Booker in the number 5 car by about 1 second. Booker is slowly catching up to Ian Miller, who is currently in the lead. And he has narrowed the gap from 2 seconds to 1.4 seconds as he almost nicked the wall there and was able to get away from it. But unfortunately, that allowed Fish to get closer. We see a good close race between McKinney and Richardson here. Richardson is currently 1 lap down, but is still giving McKinney a run for his money. As McKinney and DJ Fluck are about 7 to 8 tenths of a second apart. As you can see, the white car up there is DJ Fluck, and Richardson is in between them. So maybe McKinney can get a little bit of slipstream to get closer to Fluck in the 88 car. Currently, out of all the races, all the drivers, it looks like the 88 car and the 66 car are the closest, sitting about 9 tenths of a second apart. So let's keep an eye out for that, for this race here, for 5th place between Hammond and Fluck. This looks like Richardson is taking the outside lane while Fluck is taking the inside lane. If it's like a normal course, I feel like the inside lane will take up more tire wear, but the outside lane you could go faster, but with a higher potential of running into the wall, so it is a gamble there. Not seeing too many passes. I feel like a lot of these drivers have gotten comfortable in on their driving lines and haven't really moved around too much. As we're going to hop on board with Mark Fish here in the number 42 car, sitting in 3rd place. As we're going to take a look between with Mark Fish, who's currently sitting in 3rd place, as he's slowly chasing down Booker, who's right in front of him. It's a good race here tonight. We're looking at around lap times of 27.8, looks like. And the current fastest lap is held by Mark Fish with a 27.759. There's some speed on the course right now. Although all the best times are actually within about a 10th of a second of each other so far in this course. So it'll be interesting to see how much it differentiates throughout the whole race here tonight. I don't think it'll change too much, hopefully. But with the dirty air and the fuel wear and the tire consumption on the track, it'll be interesting to keep an eye out for that. As we see a big shift happening back here with Puntarelli taking 4th place over Hammond for 4th. So there's a nice battle out here for 4th place. Ooh, as we see Puntarelli blinking in and out. I'll have to keep an eye out for that and see if that may cause any concerns. But not concerns, but any issues for any of the drivers. It looks like another big shift has happened in the back. Oh no, it was just a blinking car that caused a lot of the changes in rankings. Looks like we got a pretty close race here for a 2nd place between Booker and Fish, as Fish is trying to chase down Booker. It's about a half second behind. Oh, and we got another good race between Hammond and Puntarelli. 66 car of Hammond closing the door on Puntarelli in the 85 car, not letting him take it in the front stretch of the course, and closing any option of him trying to take the outside line and get around the 66 car. What a racing move by Hammond there. We're on lap 32 of 100. Let's keep an eye out and see how well these drivers handle this course, as it is a tough course to navigate. Again, thank you very much for joining us tonight. We're very happy to have you, and we hope that you are enjoying the race here tonight. So a quick update, I did say that there might have been a guest driver. There are no guest drivers here tonight, so my apologies on that. We will have other guest drivers coming in later in the season, but tonight we do not have any. We did have one last week with a driver of Jax Milan from JM Motorsports. We will have 2 other drivers that will be joining us later in the season. That is a quick update on the guest drivers. And we see some movement for 5th place as DJ Fluck gets around Puntarelli. So the fight for the 80s between the 88 car and the 85 car, as DJ, on fresher tires and more fuel, runs away from Puntarelli. Currently, all the drivers are pretty well spread about on the race course. We're going to see some lap traffic coming up soon for a lot of the lead drivers, as we hop on board with the lead driver of Miller. Currently, there are 3 lapped cars. 8th place of Richardson, who is currently 1 lap down. 9th place of Mattingly, who is 10 laps down. And then Colley II, who's currently 7 laps down, I believe. Sorry, 18 laps down from the lead lap. And then Erik Mattingly is 11 laps down. I do have the interval set up, so I do see it a little differently. So my apologies on the mix-up there. So we see Ian Miller running away with it. He's running some consistent lap times around 27.9s. And he just ran 27.8. He's holding it pretty steadily and pretty smoothly. As a car behind him in 2nd place of Derek Booker is holding about 28.1s. Let's see what he's going to run here. As we turn into, I think, turn 3 here and into turn 4 into the front stretch. As we see a close race between him and Fish. 28.2 for Derek Booker. And Fish, who takes 2nd place, almost took 2nd place away from Booker, ran a 27.7, just shy of the best lap of the course by 0.03 of a second exactly. Got a good race here for 2nd place, folks. Let's keep an eye out for this and see how well Fish can run through the dirty air here at Motegi. I do like Fish's livery on his car. It looks real nice with the Red Bull Visa. Oh, as Fish takes it, is he going to be able to maintain it is a question as we exit turn 4. Closes the door on Booker and is able to hold on to it for a little bit. Let's see if he can maintain it. Fish went at 27.899 and Booker went at 28.265. Booker will have to run his best time probably on this lap in order to take and maintain the lead, or have Fish not have his driving line. As we see, it's close between the two. 28-2 by Booker and 28-3 by Fish, as Fish takes the inside and takes second place back. Let's see if he's able to maintain it here. And Booker takes it back. This is a nice back and forth action here between the two drivers. Let's go ahead, hop on board with Derek Booker, and see. Let's watch the race from the driver's perspective here. So we're on board with Derek Booker, who's going back and forth still with Fish. I think Fish is on the outside here. And you can see without a spotter, it's really hard to tell where any of the drivers are. Looks like Fish is right behind and to the left of Booker, took the inside line. And there is Fish and the number 42 car. And they just keep going back and forth here. It is very exciting to watch this. It'll probably be the race to keep an eye out for between the two drivers. Although this does allow Miller to run away with the lead, who's currently sitting 2.2 seconds ahead of Booker. Let's go ahead and hop on board with Fish here. As we see... Ooh, I think we see a lap driver here. Not sure which car it is. It looks like the biggest gap so far between the two drivers right now is 0.7 of a second. I believe that is Mattingly right in front of Booker here. Oh, Mattingly with a small drift was able to save it. Yes, that is Mattingly with his Lego livery. As Booker is able to get around him, as Mattingly lets him pass and dives into the inside. Let's see if Mattingly will allow Booker to catch a small break. Oh, and it looks like we have a pit stop by Fish. It will be his first pit stop of the night on lap 50. On lap 49. Yes, lap 49. Going into 50. Now, a lot of these drivers are actually on lap 50 of their stint. Ian Miller, lap 50. Greg Hammond, lap 48. He's still out on the track. DJ Fluck is on lap 40. Brian McKinney is on lap 50. Mark Fish is on lap 50. And those are the drivers that are on lap 50 still. So they will probably, they're looking to extend it to a one-stop race. Miller is still out there. Ooh, as Booker taps the wall, and now the gap between him and Miller is now sitting at 3.5 seconds. Ooh, and we see Mattingly there also tapping the wall. We're going to hop on board with the 88 car of DJ Fluck, as he is slowly closing the gap between himself and Hammond. DJ Fluck is currently in 4th place, with Greg Hammond in front of him in 3rd place. And there's a less than a second gap right now between the two drivers. As we see Hammond there, the 66 car. That is our current closest race, as Fish in the 42 car is now 1 lap down and will have to unlap himself in order to get back to the lead lap. And it looks like Brian McKinney is in the pits. He was on lap 51, now is in the pits. lap 51 of his stint. Ian Miller is still out there, lap 54 of his stint. He may be fuel saving and potentially trying to maximize his time on his current tires and his and Ian Miller has gone into the pits. So 54 laps on his tires and his fuel, and he is in the pits. Derek Booker is our new race leader. DJ Fluck is now in second, and Ian Miller is in the pits in third. Looks like Greg Hammond is also in the pits. So Greg Hammond is currently in fourth. So Fish may take third as Miller is in the pits. Currently, let's see. Derek Booker is on lap 47 on his tires and fuel, and DJ Fluck is on lap 46. Remember, the fuel window is between laps 46 and 47, but with a caution out there earlier on lap 8 and potential fuel saving and running some slipstream, that they may be able to extend that out a little bit longer. Ian Miller is out of the pits and is chasing DJ Fluck quickly down, although Miller is a lap down. DJ Fluck was one of the drivers that did go into the pits to get fresh tires and fuel on the lap 8 caution. Outside of the lap 8 caution, we have not had any other cautions so far. Let me knock on some wood real quickly. As we see Miller right on the tail of Fluck. Remember, Miller is one lap down currently. The only two drivers that are on the lead lap currently are Booker and Fluck. So that'll be something to keep an eye out for. Currently, Booker is on lap 50 of his current stint, and DJ Fluck is on lap 49 of his current stint on this tires and fuels. So I think we're going to see Booker go into the pits, and when we see Booker go into the pits, we'll probably see DJ Fluck also go into the pits. That is my guess. I'm not exactly a betting person, so I couldn't tell you the over and the under for this. But it'll be interesting to keep an eye out for. Other than that, looks like all the drivers are, again, spread out pretty evenly. Looks like Fluck is the closest driver. Oh, it looks like Booker is going to the pits. And DJ is also going to the pits now. So we will see a lead change. Let's hop on board with Miller as he enters turn 1 and 2 here. It goes into the backstretch. And we'll see turns 3, and we'll enter turns 3 and then into turn 4. Booker finally stopped for his pit to change his tires and get some fuel. And we will have a new race leader of Miller as he takes the lead back. And we'll see if Fish is able to pass Booker and Fluck. And Fish was able to do so. We'll see if there's another driver that might be able to capitalize on it, of Greg Hammond in 5th place. Let's hop on board with Hammond. And it looks like he was able to get around Fluck. So DJ Fluck goes from 2nd place to 5th place. And Ian Miller from 3rd to 1st. Fish from 4th to 2nd. Booker goes from 1st place to 3rd place. And Hammond goes from 5th to 4th. There's a pretty big gap between a lot of these drivers. The next closest race is between the 88 car of Fluck and the 85 car of Puntarelli. So the battle between the 80s again. Let's keep an eye out for these two drivers. Looking like they're about at 1.6 seconds apart. Looks like a lot of these drivers are able to navigate the dirty air pretty well now after the couple incidents that we had on lap 8 and lap, I believe it was 16. That didn't call for a caution flag, which was very interesting. I I thought that a caution flag was going to get waved there, and I was very surprised to see that it wasn't. So we hop on board with DJ Fluck here. Currently on lap 64 of 100. I feel like this race is going by pretty quickly. So far, let's see if we have a new race fastest lap after all the pits, and it looks like we do, with the driver that we're currently following of DJ Fluck. He drove a 27.645, and that beat Mark Fish's 27.759, which was a previous best lap time. So some fast driving by DJ Fluck, straight out of the pits with his fresh tires and fresh fuel and a tank nice and full to last him to the checkered flag. Let's keep an eye on him as he slowly chases down Greg Hammond, who's currently sitting about 1.2 seconds behind. It's a pretty close race here. Out of all the other races so far. Let's give a little bit of love to the rest of the crew. Oh, we see Erik Richardson going into the pits here. There he is into the pits. Richardson is currently a lap down, and I think after this pit stop he will be 2 laps down. Let's hop on board with Mattingly. He's currently in 9th place, sitting about 12 laps down from the lead, 10 laps down from Richardson, who is currently in the pits. If Mattingly laps him, he will be 9 laps down. Richardson is now 2 laps down. He's currently in the pits. Actually, he's exiting the pits. Now there's a 9-lap difference between him, Mattingly, and Richardson. McKinney, who was close to the lead earlier in this race, is now has a 1-lap gap. Is currently sitting 1 lap down of the lead drivers. He's sitting about 16 seconds behind Lucas Puntarelli, as we see him here. He's sitting about 4 seconds, about 5 seconds behind DJ Fluck, who looks like he's about to pass Greg Hammond. Let's go ahead and hop on board with let's do a chase view of DJ Fluck and see if we can close down the gap between him and Hammond. Sitting about half a second behind Hammond in the 66 car is about 4 seconds, 3.7 seconds behind Derek Booker in 3rd place. And it looks like the gap between Miller, Fish, and Booker is about 3 seconds. So Miller's running away with the race, it looks like. And Fish is also kind of comfortable in 2nd place. And Booker is pretty comfortable in 3rd. Hammond, unfortunately, cannot say that, as he does have DJ Fluck breathing down his neck and just coming on up behind him quickly. Now looking about 0.3 of a second behind. Turns 3 and 4 is very tricky to navigate, as you cannot go into it at full speed and have to hit your brakes. As we saw Fluck there let off the throttle and hit the brakes a little bit. But a good entry into turns 1 and 2 will allow you to have a great exit off of turn 2 into the backstretch and slowly catch up to the driver in front of you. As Fluck is sitting about 0.4 of a second. And it looks like Hammond's getting a better exit out of these turns. Let's see if Fluck can turn that around and catch up to him. Oh, looks like Ian Miller may have had an incident or something. I'm not sure. Let's see if we can do a replay real quickly. Miller at one point was leading the race by a lot, but now he's sitting about half a second behind. Looks like nothing. Not sure if anything happened. We went back 40 seconds, but I don't see anything, so we're gonna go back live. And that happened pretty quickly. As we see Miller there and Fish right behind him with about half a second of a gap. There's a 4-second gap between Fish and Booker, and still a 3-second gap between Booker and Hammond, and a half-second gap between Hammond and Fluck. So some races to keep an eye out for. So we're gonna hop on board with Fish and keep an eye out for this race here between him and Miller. I feel like this is the closest gap that we've had between the lead two drivers since the beginning of the race and the caution. Since then, we haven't really... Oh! Whoa! What happened there? Let's take a replay real quickly. I'm not sure what happened there with Ian Miller. All I saw was him go straight into the wall behind Fish. Looks like he's pretty smooth in going into turn 3 and 4 here. And then we'll go into turn 1. Oh, what is... He just powered... Oh, looks like he might have lost power or something. So we're going to hop on board with Fish here, our new race leader. Yeah, it looks like Ian Miller is still on the driver's chat here on the... so I'm not sure what happened. I wonder if he's back. No, he's still off the session. So I'm not quite sure what happened. It looks like there's a caution flag out. I'm not sure what happened. Let's see if I can try to narrow it down. I wonder if it's with Ian Miller suddenly disappearing from the race, if that was the cause for anything here. Because none of the drivers seem to have any no damage on their cars. So I'm not too sure what happened and what caused this caution flag to be waved. So a mysterious caution on lap 79 here. As we see Fish trying to bait some drivers into the pits. Looks like he almost got Hammond there. No, Brian McKinney in the number 8 car. Almost, but not quite. It looks like we don't have Miller back. Someone will be getting the lucky dog to go around all the drivers. Who is that? Who got the lucky dog? I think it was... Excuse me. It wasn't Mattingly. Am I seeing things? There you go. It's Brian McKinney was able to get the lucky dog, and he will be on the current lap as we follow along with Fish here. So currently, as of the stints of these drivers on their tire and fuel, Mark Fish is on lap 30 of his tires and fuel. Derek Booker right behind him on 19 laps. So Booker will have the advantage with fresh tires, and the fuel doesn't really play into a factor anymore, I believe, as the fuel window was laps 46 and 47. So that's kind of out the window. Now it's all about tires. In third place, we have Hammond, who's 25 laps on his tires. Fluck with 19 laps. Puntarelli on lap number 1 of these on his set of tires. So keep an eye out for Puntarelli on the restart. Brian McKinney, 28 laps on his tires. Richardson, 13 laps on his tires. Ian Miller is back. He will be on fresh tires and fuel once he rejoins. And Mattingly on lap 4 of his tires. So we'll rejoin the lead car of Mark Fish and keep an eye out for the restart and the green flag to be waved. The mystery caution of lap 81, I'm wondering if it's because Miller, who went hard into the wall and then kind of disappeared, was the cause for it. I'll find out after the race. And I would like to give you guys a quick update on our next race. As we take a look at our schedule, our next race will be next week at Michigan International Speedway. It will be 125 laps. So I hope you can join us here next week before we go on a quick break. Oh, and we can see Ian Miller in the back there. He has rejoined the race, so it's good to have him back. Unfortunately, he will be starting, I think he'll be down a couple laps. He'll be down, it looks like 2 laps. So he went from first place to 8th place. But he will be on fresh tires. And we'll have about 19 laps to chase the whole field down and potentially get 2 laps on them. We'll see what the restart brings. This will be interesting. If there will be any action. As you see, looks like McKinney there diving into the inside, maybe warming up his tires a little bit more. We're going to go into the blimp view here. Oh, it's a little foggy. I will not do the blimp view. Maybe we can do the chopper view. We'll follow the third place car. We'll follow the third place car of Booker here, and we'll see the race restart. We'll keep an eye out with the chopper view as the green flag is out, as we have some more close racing here. As Booker takes the outside. Got a close race for the start. Oh, this is a great view right here between all 5 drivers. We got 3 wide into turns 3 and into turn 4. Puntarelli on the outside, not able to, looks like, keep his position, but gets a great exit out of turn 4 and takes the spot away from Fluck. Let's see if Puntarelli is able to maintain his speed and stay with the lead pack. As we see Booker jotted out to the outside, as he has to slow down into turns 3 and 4, which allows Puntarelli to catch up. It looks like Puntarelli is going to try to take the outside lane into turn 1 and 2. Currently on lap 85. Got about 15 laps to go. What do we see? Looks like Richardson. I think he's still a lap down. Looks like someone tapped the wall there as we heard it. And we see Miller trying to unlap himself there. Let's hop on board with... oh, we got a blinker. And that is Puntarelli in front of Booker. I don't think my scoring is up to date here because we are following Booker, who says he's in third. We see Miller having to hit his brakes there to avoid making contact with Booker. Let's hop on board with Fish and see the race here between first and second place. Hammond is in that dark blue car in front of him, in the 66 car, and Fish is the rainbow car in the back. It's looking like a pretty close race, about a half a second apart. Got about 13-12 laps left before the checkered flag on lap 88 of 100. As we get closer and closer to the end, we will start seeing some more aggressive driving by a lot of these drivers. Let's hop on board back with Puntarelli here. So you see Miller right behind him and Booker right in front of Puntarelli. Looks like a pretty close race. As Miller is able to take a spot in front of Puntarelli, which will potentially give Booker a little bit of breathing room here, as it is pretty close between the two drivers. And we see Erik Richardson right behind Puntarelli. Richardson is currently 1 lap down. Miller is 2 laps down. But looks like McKinney, who's currently in 6th place, is 24 seconds ahead of Richardson. Ooh, what was that noise? I don't see any incidents, so we will continue following Puntarelli, who's about half a second back. The race is between the red and the black car of Puntarelli, the 85 car, and the white car of Booker in the Speed Racer car, or as I like to call it, Maha Go Go. We have 92 laps of 100. Let's see if... Looks like the lap cars are causing some traffic. And if that is to the advantage of Puntarelli or Booker, we will find out. Lap 93. Slowly getting closer to the checkered flag. Looks like Richardson may be helping Puntarelli here, getting closer and closer to Booker. Or potentially giving Booker a breather. It looks like Greg Hammond in the number 66 car is creating a small gap. He's currently sitting 1 second ahead. Let's see if there's a new fastest lap. Oh, the fastest lap belongs to Erik Richardson now with a 27.52. I'm guessing that it's off the restart here. Puntarelli is 0.2 of a second behind Booker. Now closing to a 1/10 of a second. It's a good race to keep an eye out for. Second place Fish is currently 1.4 seconds, 1.5 seconds. And it looks like he's pretty comfortable there. As Derek Booker in 3rd place is looking like he is about 2.2 seconds behind. With 5 more laps remaining, let's see if Puntarelli will catch Booker. This is when the elbows start getting wider. Start protecting your lane. Start protecting your position hard and aggressively. 5 more laps remaining. It's going to be tough racing. Oh, and we see DJ Fluck kind of sneaking up on these two drivers. That'll be interesting to keep an eye out for. Remember, DJ Fluck finished 2nd last race. Oh, as I think we lost Puntarelli there. Yeah, Fluck finishing 2nd with the incident that happened on the last lap. So that would be something to keep an eye out for if the aggressive driving comes back to bite some of these drivers. We have 3 more laps remaining. Lap 98 of 100. Looks like Booker's just going to go for a smooth line and try not to worry about the car behind him. Less than a tenth of a second separates the 2 drivers of Booker and Puntarelli. And there we go. Now he tries to break the slipstream of Puntarelli. But let's see if that helps him out at all or not. 2 more laps remaining. We are going to stay here between Booker and Puntarelli as the gap is very close. And it is the white flag. Oh, and it looks like Puntarelli is about to take the 3rd place away from Booker. Puntarelli does take 3rd. It looks like he takes Booker. Oh, it's close. I can't tell. And it looks like Booker does take 3rd place back. And that is the race, ladies and gentlemen. Let's pull up the results. Tonight's results: we have Greg Hammond in 1st, Mark Fish in 2nd, Derek Booker in 3rd, Lucas Puntarelli in 4th, DJ Fluck in 5th, Brian McKinney in 6th, Erik Richardson in 7th, Ian Miller in 8th, Eric Mattingly in 9th, and Bill Colley the 2nd in 10th. That was a quick, I feel like a quick race tonight. 2 cautions that did come out on lap 80 and lap 79. A caution that didn't come out was on lap 16, which is interesting with a small incident that happened there. But hey, that was a lot of close, lots of green flag racing, which we'd love to see. So we will take that. Let's go ahead and see if there we go. Got Mark Hammond there, or not Mark Hammond, Greg Hammond doing some burnouts there. Well-deserved win by the 66 driver of Greg Hammond. And let's see if we can get some drivers into the broadcast booth here. As we pull the results up, and we'll drag Derek Booker in and see if it looks like we have all the drivers here on the Discord chat. And here we are. We have Derek Booker on the broadcast with us. Hey, Derek. Congratulations on 3rd place tonight. How'd you feel?
Wow. Turns 3 and 4 were an absolute struggle for me tonight, but I mean, overall this was an absolute baller of a race tonight. I mean, here I've just got to extend my congrats to Greg and Mark for, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but I'm gonna extend my congratulations for a hell of a debut for them, and I look forward to challenging them for the rest of the season.
Yeah, that was I forgot that this is their first race here tonight. Yeah, so what was your
now?
I'll get to the broadcast booth, Greg.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna finish the interview with Derek real quickly, and then I'm gonna get Mark, and then I'll get you if that's okay.
10-4.
Sweet. So Derek, going into the race tonight, what was your race plan?
Yes. I didn't. Honestly, this was my first attempt at Motegi, so I was just trying to get a feel for it and just try to get through it without dying, except that one incident with me touching the apron. I thought I had it saved, and I got on the throttle way too early.
Yeah, we saw that. I think we were following you on the broadcast, and we saw you save it, and then it kind of kind of didn't go as planned. I'm like, oh, he saved it, and it didn't turn out like that. But hey, third place. That's a heck of a good finish for you. So congratulations on that. Is there anyone you'd like to thank for tonight's race?
Just got to thank everybody on the grid for coming out, you guys for putting on the broadcast, and Delara for allowing me to run a car with a rising sun in its home country of Japan.
Well, congratulations, and we'll see you next week at Michigan International Speedway.
All right. Now I look forward to being there.
Have a good night.
You too.
Thanks. Mark, congratulations on your second place finish.
Thank you very much.
How did it feel out there? I know we talked to Derek a little bit, but we kind of saw a little bit of turns 3 and 4 being a little chaotic. But how did it feel for you?
Turn 3 and 4 was a little tough. I just put a little more brake into it than I thought and took a deep breath before I got back on the throttle, and it seemed to work out for most of the race for me.
Sweet. What was your plan going into the race tonight?
Oh, I had no plan. I actually expected to start in the back. I qualified third, which I wasn't expecting.
And
I
this
expected just to hang back and run with these guys for the first time.
I forgot this was your first race here, you and Greg. How did it feel racing everyone?
It was really clean out there. Everyone was racing really respectfully, and I really enjoyed it.
That's good. First race, second place. That's pretty darn good, I would say. Is there anyone you'd like to thank for tonight's race?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my buddy Greg.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on second place tonight on your first race here at Indy Racing World Series, and we look forward to seeing you at Michigan International Speedway next week.
Awesome, thank you.
Have a good night, and Greg, congratulations on your win tonight.
Thank you.
Also, your first race. How did it go? How did you feel about it?
You know what? Kind of like what Mark said. You know, we just jumped into the league a couple days ago, so this is our first race with everybody, and planned on starting in the back. I didn't plan on hitting the wall on my first lap of the first corner because I forgot which corner I was in. But you know, luckily this league has one fast repair, so I got that taken care of. Got a lucky dog, and you know, was able to race my way to the front. So pretty happy with the finish.
That's awesome. Did you have a plan of attack or a strategy for tonight's race?
Honestly, I really didn't. I did some practice laps yesterday in it. It was more of just, you know, run with these guys and see what they do and see, you know, how it goes, and just try not to kill anybody else because, you know, it's kind of new for me being in this type of racing situation. You know, we're more NASCAR drivers, so it is a different animal here.
And how did it feel racing with everyone for the first time tonight?
It was good. I mean, everybody was super clean, kind of like what Mark said. I didn't have any issues with anybody. Didn't scream at anybody in my own head, so that's good news.
That's awesome. Is there anyone you'd like to thank for tonight's race?
Yeah, you know, everybody in the league. I mean, it's a great league so far. You know, one race in, but it seems like a good bunch of guys, and so we're looking forward to doing some more races here.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on finishing first place on your first race right here on Indy Racing World Series. And what a great start to joining a new race and a new series and starting off the series strong. So congratulations on that, and we look forward to seeing you at Michigan International Speedway next week.
Sounds good. I'll hopefully be there.
Awesome. And I see Ian on the broadcast. Ian, do you have a copy?
Yes, I do.
Hey, Ian.
Hey.
A little bit of a frustrating race, I feel like, for you potentially tonight.
Yeah, a little bit.
We saw you drop off potentially. Do you?
Oh yeah, that was just fuel strategy. Just kind of slightly underfueled the car and was a little bit aggressive there. And then my graphics card driver decided to wet the bed. I think is the nice way of saying that.
Oh
So,
no. Okay. Yeah, because
yeah, that's what. Yeah,
we-
so all of a sudden my screen freezes, and so I just pull off to the left, and I've got no idea what chaos ensued after that. But I just pulled off to the left and tried to get the car stopped. But yeah, so ended up a little bit lower than I perhaps would have liked, but still put a good showing of force towards the end.
Yes, you did. Started to looks like you were trying to unlap yourself there, being 2 laps
Yeah.
down. But hopefully you'll have a strong showing next week at Michigan International Speedway. It was nice to see you
Yeah.
running up front, and it was a slight bummer watching you just kind of disappear. I guess it might be the best way to put it.
Yeah, it'd be nice for the stars to align so I can like win an oval round this season. 'Cause I've got the win at Barber, but all the other 3 I had some sort of extenuating circumstance
Yeah.
take the win away from me.
Well, Ian, I hope you have a great night, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
Awesome. Good night. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us here tonight. Remember, next week we will be racing at Michigan International Speedway, August 27th, right here at Stadium Scene TV. The live stream will go live at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and we will have green flag racing at 10:17 p.m. on August 27th. We will have, as I said earlier, 125 laps, and it will be some good, fun, intense racing. So I hope you can join us right here on Stadium Scene TV. And please don't forget to check out our Wednesday night dash race tomorrow night, Darlington Stripe 95 at Darlington Raceway. Green flag will be waving at 10:17 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, thank you very much for joining us tonight. My name is Takato Timmerman. This was Mobility Resort Motegi. The Cherry Blossom 154 right here at Mobility Resort Motegi, also known as Twin Ring Motegi. I hope you enjoyed tonight's race, and we look forward to seeing you next week right here on Stadium Scene TV. Have a great night and take care.